Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Before I get on to today's video, I do want to remind you that I do have a third channel, Farpoint Mowers and More, with spring here. It's time to get those mowers out and get them working again. And if you have any issues getting them running, well, check out that channel. We do mower reviews, stuff like that. All right, Radioddity HD1 Walkie Talkies. These looked interesting, so I picked up a set, and they are kind of an outdoor radio, and I like it. So what it comes with is two very brightly colored walkie-talkies and a nice charging setup like this where both of them are charging at the same time. So you just kind of grab and go if you need these things, right? Perfect for a campsite, also perfect for a farm or a small business. I think that's really cool. These things do have these little straps, and I'm going to be attaching those little like belt clips and stuff. And it also comes with wrists. So these are also good. And yeah, here's the little screws for the clip. So you could belt it on, you could put it on there with these, but that's what that is there. And I won't bore you with trying to figure out how to get those screws in, because sometimes they're a little bit tiny, and this is one of those cases. As far as the charging, so we do come with a really nice double charger here. So it's one USB to two USB-C connections. And you can do that. This on the back here only has one connection, but I guess what they're going to do here, if I'm going to be, yeah, you can charge these individually off of this cable. So you could have both of them hooked up without the charging base, or hook this to this, and you can charge both at the same time. Pretty cool. All right, so let's see what else this comes with here. Radioddity HD1 walkie-talkie. Oh, it does also come with a wall wart. So many of these things don't, and that always drives me nuts. I appreciate it when a company does. I like to call them out for that. So thank you, Radioddity. HD1 walkie-talkie. And it's got not a whole lot going on here. Like, honestly, this is a really short one here. Just an introduction with features. It does have a listing of what all the buttons do. And of course, I'll get the camera a little closer and we'll take a quick look at that. It is IP67 waterproof. One of the main reasons why I picked these up. I like to have ones that this is like this is ruggedized, I think you call that, and also IP67 waterproof, so perfect for being outside. 22 channels, CT, CSS, and DCS codes. Channel busy, earpiece jack, Vox, high-low power selection, channel scan, keypad lock, English voice broadcast, so it's going to talk to you with alerts, low battery alert. Time on talk, call vibration. Oh, that's cool. I did not know this had that. Huh. That's very good. And one key group call, double PTT. That's push to talk, and there's one there. And if you can see the PTT, push to talk on the front as well. An interesting design, but I don't hate it at all. I think that's kind of cool. Allow transmission prompt. Does have emergency weather channels. It does have monitor. It does have Roger beep, and it even has a squelch. Let me see here. 8. And it powers up and is nice and blue. I'll get the camera closer and we'll take a closer look. Let's do it. All right. Well, let's turn this thing on and check it out. Case-wise, it's like a hard yellow plastic with a soft touch or softer rubber case around it. On the side here, push to talk. On the front here, push to talk. You can see the channel or the dial back here. It just turns colors for that. Do you have a battery indicator and a channel indicator? And on the side here, we also have like function up and down, channel up, down. Up on top, volume on and off, and an SOS. Although I really don't want to set that off. It's an alarm that you can set off. This side, you do have individual USB-C charging port. And you do have a mic and earphone adapter, and there you go. So we do have some things here. We can press this button and it's going to start scanning through the channels. So if you want to use this as a GMRS/FRS scanner, there you go. It's that simple. Press it again and we go back to normal. Press and hold and you get rid of the squelch. You go into monitor so you could hear a faint or weak signal if you wanted to. And we press this, we can get into our menu, and now we can change channel.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
press it again and it stays on that channel. And we can adjust that as well. And then we have our call tone. I don't really like that. High power, low power. Do we want scanner on? Yeah. Do we want Roger beep on? Yep. And there we go. So not a ton to this. You can program these using the programming cable. And there are some other things you can get into, but I'm going to be honest with you. If you are a power user, if you're somebody who wants to have a GMRS radio that has got 50 buttons on it and does everything on Earth, this is probably not going to be the radio for you. If, on the other hand, you are an outdoorsman, a hunter, or someone who enjoys camping, and you are looking for something that is rugged, that is simple to use, once it's set up, which it's set up from the factory beautifully, then this is probably the radio for you. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this thing outside and we are going to throw it around some. I'm going to pour some water on it. I might run it over. Their video shows this thing being run over, so I kind of feel like running it over with my riding mower. So we'll probably do that as well, and then we'll wrap up this video. Let's do it. All right, well, got it stuffed in the snow over here, and let's go ahead and see how she sounds. Hello. Hello. I'll turn it up a little bit more so you can hear that better. Hello. Hello. Hopefully y'all can hear that. All right, time to take a walk. Let's go check it out. We're going to go about a quarter mile downrange with this thing, just see how it sounds. Let's do it. Hello. All right, so here we are in the driveway, headed on down. And, well, I got it sitting in the snow. I figured check out that IP67 waterproofing, see how well it does. And then after that, I am really, really tempted to take that thing and run it over because, you know, it says it can't be run over. I say we prove that theory. I'm sorry if there's any wind noise today. It's real windy here, about 30 degrees. And still waiting for winter to end, even though spring has pretty much officially started. Somebody forgot to tell the mountains of North Carolina that was the case. Anyway, I'm about, I don't know, 500 feet maybe from the radio now, walking on down here, checking out the property. Some areas still got snow, some areas the sun hits a little more, and so the sun kind of dissipates. All right, now we're about 800 feet away, 800 feet, and this little spot's got plenty of sunlight. There's no snow on the ground at all right here. Maybe this is where I'll run this thing over. We'll pick this spot here. 1,200 feet. 1,200 feet is where we're at right now, and hopefully you can still hear me loud and clear. We're getting close to the bottom of the property here, and I just wanted to chime in here and say, I dig the color. If you drop the, you know, some of these, I know Cobra sells a set that's camouflaged, and you know, at first glance, you're like, ah, that's cool. Then when you get to thinking about it, you're like, man, if I drop this thing in the woods, when am I ever going to see it again? And that comes from experience. So I would say if I was going to pick a set of radios that I was going to be using in the woods, I'd want something bright, fluorescent orange, nice neon yellow like these are, something along those lines. Even lime green would stand out a little better against the foliage most of the year anyway. All right, well, I am all the way down at the gate, and that wraps up the audio portion of this test. So I'm going to come back up there, we're going to throw this thing in the dirt, and I'm going to run it over, and that'll wrap up the video. Let's do it. All right, well, not sure if it's a good idea or not, but they say it is, so we are going to toss that in the ground right there. Make sure the camera can see that nicely. And we're going to run it over. Let's do it. Yep. And why not? Let's run it over again. Well, I won't lie to you, that goes against everything that I was raised. We don't destroy stuff just for the sake of destroying it. We don't purposely try to damage something for the sake of damaging it. It certainly is dirty, but let's see if it works. Power's up. And let me get the other one loaded. There we go. Test, the drop test. the snow test, and apparently it's a-okay to get run over too. Till next time, my friends, take care.